It was a day that started like any other at Newark Liberty International Airport. Planes were landing, planes were taking off, people were complaining about the lack of personal space. Then, on April 28, 2025, the unthinkable happened. Air traffic controllers lost contact with multiple aircraft. For a gut-wrenching 90 seconds, they were flying blind. This wasn't some small regional airport. This was Newark, a major hub for international travel. And for those 90 seconds, it was chaos. This wasn't the first time Newark had issues. Similar communication breakdowns had occurred before. In fact, there had been 8 or 9 instances of lost radio contact in recent months. Clearly, something was wrong. This time, the failure hit Area C of the Philadelphia Terminal Radar Approach Control, or TRACON. They handle Newark's airspace. The system went down. Controllers couldn't see the planes, they couldn't hear the pilots, they couldn't talk to them. It was like someone had suddenly hit the mute button on a Zoom call, except with lives at stake. This communication blackout had a ripple effect. Delays snowballed, flights were canceled. Thousands of passengers were left stranded, fuming and tweeting angry emojis. The numbers were staggering. On May 5, 2025, a full week after the initial incident, 160 flights were canceled at Newark. That's 160 planes full of people going nowhere fast, and it gets worse. Another 375 flights were delayed, some delays stretched over 4 hours. Imagine missing your connecting flight. Imagine missing your grandma's birthday party. Now imagine doing it while stuck in a metal tube with screaming babies and questionable air quality. That's Newark for you. United Airlines, a major player at Newark, felt the heat. They had to cancel 35 daily round-trip flights. That's a lot of lost revenue, not to mention the PR nightmare of dealing with thousands of irate passengers. The chaos on April 28th was even more dramatic. For 2 agonizing hours, no flights could land or depart. The airport was in lockdown, a giant, expensive waiting room. 36 flights were diverted to other airports, adding even more confusion to the mix. So, what caused this epic communication meltdown? The official explanation, a complete system failure at the Philadelphia TRACON. It affected both radar and communication systems, leaving controllers completely in the dark. Rumors swirled about outdated equipment, understaffing, and maybe even a rogue squirrel chewing on a power cable. The FAA, the folks in charge of air traffic control, admitted there were problems. They acknowledged the system was outdated and promised to improve telecommunications equipment in the New York area. But here's the kicker. The FAA is facing a nationwide shortage of 3,000 air traffic controllers. They're spread thin, overworked, and probably dreaming of a career change that doesn't involve preventing mid-air collisions. To make matters worse, in 2024, the FAA decided to move controllers responsible for Newark from Long Island to Philadelphia. The logic? Reduce workload. The reality? More chaos. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The situation left many questioning the FAA's decision-making skills or lack thereof. The fallout from the Newark fiasco was swift and brutal. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby didn't mince words. He slammed the FAA, blaming chronic understaffing for the mess. Senator Chuck Schumer joined the chorus of criticism, calling for a full-blown forensic investigation. He pointed out that the FAA had been warned about these issues before, but failed to act. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy stressed the urgent need for investment in air traffic control infrastructure. Even former NTSB Managing Director Peter Goals chimed in, expressing serious safety concerns. The message was clear, something had to change. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy tried to calm the storm, announcing plans for a brand new air traffic control system. But there was a catch. It would take 3 to 4 years to implement. In the meantime, the FAA was left to manage the crisis with a reduced workforce and outdated technology. They started slowing down arrivals into Newark, hoping to avoid another catastrophic meltdown. Whether these measures were enough to prevent future incidents remained to be seen.